In a field-free region, two electrons are released to move on a line towards each other with velocities 10 power 6 meter per second. The distance of their closest approach will be nearer to. Electron, it is moving with 10 power 6 meter per second. Another electron, 10 power 6 meter per second. Since both are negatively charged, like charges, there is repulsion. Because of kinetic energy possessed by the electrons, they move towards each other, and somewhere here at a distance say r, this kinetic energy is equal to potential energy of the system. Okay, something like this. So we have to equate kinetic energy with potential energy. Kinetic energy is half m v square. There are two electrons with equal velocities, therefore 2 equal to potential energy of two electrons separated by r, constant q by r, potential energy of these two charged particles. Okay, 2 mass of electron is 9.1 10 power minus 31, velocity of electron 10 power 6 square, constant 9 10 power 9, charges 1.6 10 power minus 19 square because identical charges by r. 9 get cancels. 1.6 square. 1.6 square is 2.56 into 10 power. Take r to the other side. 2.56. Observe the values. There is only one option with 2.56. So this must be the correct option. Students, did you observe one thing? We don't have to solve or simplify this. So at any stage we don't have to simplify this. At some stage we will get to know the correct option, and you can observe distinct values. If a linear isotropic dielectric is placed in an electric field of strength E, then the dielectric polarization P is. Dielectric polarization is proportional to applied electric field, or dielectric polarization is equal to susceptibility, electrical susceptibility into E. Therefore, these two are directly proportional. Independent, inversely proportional, no, yes. 4 charges are arranged at the corners of a square as shown. If V is the magnitude of electric potential at the center due to Q, then the resultant electric potential at the center of the square is. Speciality of center of the square, these distances are equal. Observe, plus 2Q minus 2Q, potential due to this is nullified by potential due to this. So we are left with only two charges, minus Q minus Q. Because of minus Q, potential is minus V. Because of minus Q, potential is minus V. Therefore, potential at this point is minus 2V. Since potential is a scalar quantity, we just have to add it. Don't worry about the direction. Now, potential at this point due to charge Q is V. This is given, right? So, because of charge Q, potential is V. So, because of minus Q, potential at O is at the center of this square is minus Q it is minus V, because of 2Q plus 2V, because of minus Q minus V, because of minus 2Q minus 2V. Therefore resultant potential is sum of these potentials. This get cancels with this, so minus 2V. This is not 0, so sum is minus 2V. Now observe, potential at the center due to Q is V. Because of Q, it is V. So because of minus Q, potential is minus V. Because of 2Q, 2V. Because of minus Q, minus V. Because of minus 2Q, minus 2V. And the resultant potential is sum of these potentials, minus V plus 2V minus V minus 2V, equal to, this get cancels with this, it is minus 2V. So this is the resultant potential at the center. Since potential is a scalar quantity, just add these 4, okay, minus 2V. In a uniform electric field, a charge 3 coulomb experiences a force of 3000 Newton. The potential difference between 2 points 1 centimeter apart from the electric field, electric line of force will be, fine, force is given. Force charge means F equal to Q into E. But E is minus dV by dx, isn't it? Or electric field equal to potential difference by distance. D stands for distance, or you can write L. So this equation becomes charge potential difference by L. Therefore potential difference is force L, force is 3000 into L, L is 1 centimeter, 10 power minus 2, by charge, charge is 3 coulomb. 3, this gives 10 volt. So two equations are used, relation between force and electric field, then relation between electric field and electric potential. A hexagon of side 8 centimeter has a charge 4 microcoulomb at each of its vertices. The potential at the center of the hexagon, center of the hexagon means equidistant from all the vertices. So 4 microcoulomb, 4 micro. So total potential is 6 times potential due to each charge. Potential due to each charge at this point is constant Q by R. 6, constant is 9 10 power 9. Each charge is 4 micro by distance is 8 centimeter. 8 10 power minus 2. 4 1, 4 2, 2 1, 3, 9 3, 27. Just check once. With 2 7 there is only one option. So this should be correct option. You can check 10 powers. That turns out to be 10 power 6. We can use this trick only when only one option has 2 and 7. If more than one option has 2 and 7, then we have to simplify this carefully. Okay. The electric intensity and electric potential at a certain distance r from a point charge in air is electric intensity and electric potential respectively. The distance r, this is the relation between potential and electric intensity, electric field, or simply E equal to potential by distance. That distance is R here. This is 150, electric potential is 300 by R, implies R should be 2. 2 point charges are separated by 0.15 meter in air. The point of zero potential along the line joining and between the two charges is at a distance of, there are two charges, 10 micro and minus 90 micro. Distance is 0.15 meter. Let this be the point where potential is 0, means potential due to 10 micro equal to potential due to minus 90 micro. Potential due to 10 micro is V. Potential due to minus 90 micro is minus V. If it is minus V at this point, then the resultant potential is 0. Means potential due to first charge should be equal to potential due to second charge. Potential is constant charge by distance, isn't it? Therefore, constant. This get cancels with this. Charge by distance. Charge by, let this distance be x. So it is 10 micro by x equal to 90 micro. Magnitude is 90. 90 micro by, this is 15 centimeter, isn't it? Easy to calculate. 15 centimeter minus x. 0, 0, micro, 9x equal to 15 minus x. 10x equal to 15, x equal to 15 by 10. That is 1.5 centimeter from 10 micro. See, this point is 1.5 centimeter from 10 micro. 1.5 centimeter from 10 micro. It is here. Students, if we have two charges, okay, two identical charges or charges of same nature, plus 10 micro plus 10 micro, we won't get any point with zero potential, because you consider any point. Potential at this point due to positive charge is plus V. Potential at this point due to this is also plus, and sum of two positive numbers cannot be 0. So for like charges we won't get any point with zero potential. So if these two are like charges, plus and plus or minus and minus, then we have to go to that option where it is mentioned that potential cannot be 0. Okay. 6 charges are placed in the same order at the vertices of a regular hexagon. The electric field and potential at the center of the hexagon. So this is the hexagon. Center of the hexagon. Q minus Q, Q minus Q, Q minus Q. Okay. See, potentials due to these three positive charges at the center is nullified by potentials due to these three negative charges, because these distances are equal. So potential is 0. Now with respect to electric field, because of minus Q, electric field is towards. Because of plus Q, electric field is away. So this is 2E. E and E, 2E. So there is 2E in the upward direction. Minus Q towards, plus Q away. So this is 2E. In this direction, 2E. Because of Q away, because of minus Q towards. Sum of these two is again 2e. So this is 2e. And angle between each is 120 degree. So vector sum of these two means complete the parallelogram, draw the diagonal. Since angle is 120 degree, recall students, if P equal to Q, magnitude of P equal to magnitude of Q, and theta equal to 120 degree, then the resultant is also equal to P or Q, isn't it? So resultant is also equal to 2e. Because of these two, this is the resultant, and these two are in opposite directions, therefore electric field is also 0. Because of these charges, electric field at the center is 0. Potential is already 0, electric field is also 0. Point charges of 1 nanocoulomb are placed at each of the four corners of a square of side 1 meter. The net electric potential at the center of the square is nearly at the center 1 meter, 1 meter, therefore diagonal is root 2 meter, isn't it? Pythagoras theorem. Now half of that is this distance is half of root 2. So R is root 2 by 2 equal to 1 by root 2. Potential equal to, due to 4 charges, 4 times constant Q by R, 4 times 9 10 power 9, charge is micro, by distance is 1 by root 2, 9 4 36, this root 2 goes to numerator, root 2. So 36 into root 2 is around 51. 36 into 1.41, so 51. 2 times 36 is 72. It is not 2 times, so this is much greater. 1 time is 36, therefore it should be this. Means students, don't multiply these. Before multiplying, just go through the options. Okay. Now understand why this 4 has come. Since 4 charges are placed at the vertices, 4 corners, because of 4 charges, K Q by R is potential due to each charge. 4 times the potential due to each charge is the total potential. Point charges of these 3 are placed at the corners A, B and C respectively of a square of side 1 meter. The charge to be placed at the 4th corner in order that net potential at the center of the square may be 0 is square 10.5 nano minus 15.3 nano 8.7 nano, and this is the 4th charge. Center is equidistant from these 4 charges. Since distances are equal, sum of these 4 charges should be equal. If potential is 0, implies that Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 should be equal to 0. Therefore, minus 15.3 plus 8.7 plus 10.5 plus Q4 charge at the 4th corner equal to 0. So Q4 equal to, sum of these two is 18, 19.2. 19, 15, difference is about 3.9. These two are plus, minus, plus, take it to the other side, minus 3.9 nanocoulomb. The electric intensity and electric potential at a point at a distance d from a point charge in air are E and V. This is a point charge at a distance d. Electric field is E and potential is V. Okay. And electric field is proportional to charge by distance square. Potential is proportional to charge by distance, right? The electric intensity and potential due to the same charge at a distance d by 2 in a medium of dielectric constant 2 r. So electric field is constant q by r square. Electric field in a medium is constant q by r square. This is epsilon r. So epsilon r is in the denominator. Okay. Now at a distance d, these are the equations. At distance d by 2, if it is d by 2, then electric field is proportional to charge by distance is d by 2. D by 2 whole square. Dielectric constant is 2. And electric potential is q by d by 2 with dielectric constant 2 here. Similarly, potential is given by constant q by r, and potential in a medium is proportional to or equal to constant q by r. This is epsilon r, dielectric constant. So in the case of electric field and electric potential, dielectric constant is in the denominator. Fine. Observe carefully. 2 square 4, 4 by 2, 2 1 2. That 2 goes to numerator. So new electric field is 2 times E, and potential is 2 get cancels, q by d. So new potential difference or potential is q by d. Old is also q by d. So V dash equal to V. 2E and V. Students, in such problems, many of the students will take care of the distance and they forget this dielectric constant. Please do take care of this. A charge 2 coulomb is situated at the origin, and another charge 5 coulomb is on the x-axis at the point 2, 0. Later, the charge from point A is then brought to a point B 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 2 on the y-axis. The work done is 0. Observe, there is a charge 2 coulomb at the origin. Okay. A is on the x-axis. This is A, 2, 0, where 5 coulomb of charge is placed. So 5 coulomb is placed. B is another point on y-axis at 0, 2. 0, 2 means here. This distance equal to this distance. So this is B, 0, 2. This OA is equal to OB. If distances are equal, then charge is also same. Then these 2 points are at same potential. These 2 points are at same potential means potential difference is 0. Potential difference into charge. The charge which is moved from this point to this point. That charge is 5 coulomb. Therefore, potential difference into charge is work done, isn't it? So work done is also equal to 0. Delta V is 0. Therefore, work done is also 0. These 2 points are on the same equipotential line. Therefore, work done is 0. A proton is released from rest in a uniform electric field of magnitude this, directed along positive x-axis. So there is electric field along x-axis. A proton undergoes a displacement of 0.3 meter in the direction of the field. So this is the proton. It undergoes a displacement of 0.3 meter. Since it is a proton, this is the direction of force. This is the direction of displacement. So angle between these two is 0, theta 0 degree. The change in electric potential of the proton as a result of this displacement is electric field equal to minus dV by dx, or dV equal to E dot dx with negative sign. So this is the potential difference. Since theta is 0, minus E dx cos 0 minus electric field is 8 10 power 4. 8 10 power 4. Displacement is 0.3 meter. Cos 0 is 1. So with negative sign, 8.3, 2.4, 10 power 4. An electron is projected into a region of uniform electric field with velocity v, such that it moves in the direction of the field. This is the electric field. Electron is projected in the direction of the field. So this is velocity v. As the electron moves, its velocity. Since this is negatively charged, force on this electron is opposite to the direction of electric field. So this is the direction of force. This is retarding force for the electron. As a result, velocity of the electron decreases. Force and initial velocity are in opposite directions. Therefore, this behaves like a retarding force. As a result, velocity should decrease, isn't it? Decreases. 3 charges, each q, are placed at the corners of an isosceles triangle ABC of sides AB, BC, AC of length 2a. D and E are midpoints of BC and AC. Work done in taking a charge q from D to E. So there are 3 charges at the vertices of the triangle, Q, Q, Q. Capital Q is moved from this D to E, like this. This D is at some potential. E is also at the same potential. These two are equipotentials. If these two are equipotentials, students understand, I am not telling this line is equipotential line. These 2 points are at equal potentials. Equal potentials means potential difference is 0, implies work done is also 0. Delta W is potential difference into charge. So this is 0. Now why these 2 points are at same potentials? Consider D. On either side of D there are 2 charges, and from D there is this third charge. Now consider point E. On either side of E, 2 point charges, and here there is another charge. So these 2 points are identical points for this charge distribution. Identical points for the same charge distribution means potentials are equal. Therefore, work done is 0. A proton is projected with a velocity v into a region of uniform electric field such that it moves at right angles to the field. So this is the electric field. Proton is thrown perpendicular to the field with velocity v. As the proton moves, its velocity v remains unaltered, decreases, increases, fine. Since the particle, positively charged particle, enters the electric field perpendicularly, so this proton experiences force in the direction of the field. So it takes this path. When it takes this path, at this point, this is the velocity with which proton is thrown. Horizontal component of velocity is 0. Therefore, resultant velocity equal to v. Now consider this point. This v is unaffected. So this is v, this is also v. Because of this electric field, proton acquires some velocity in this direction. So resultant velocity is vector sum of these two velocities. Now at this point, this is v. Because of force due to electric field, proton acquires more velocity. So resultant of these two will be greater than the previous case. So this resultant is greater than this resultant. So Vr. So resultant velocity increases and there is change in the direction of velocity. Observe the direction of resultant velocity. The direction of resultant velocity changes with respect to time. So velocity increases. At the same time, direction changes. Increases, change in direction. Students, isn't it this similar to projectile motion? Yes, it is similar to projectile motion, where one of the component of velocity is unaltered, whereas in the other direction velocity increases. There, in the case of projectile motion, path is a parabola, and here also path is a parabola. The work done when an alpha particle moves through a distance 10 cm in an electric field of 5×10⁴ volt per meter along the direction of the field is. So there is electric field E. An alpha particle is displaced by 10 cm. 10 cm. So work done equal to potential difference into charge equal to, but E equal to minus dV by dx. So dV equal to E dx. Electric field displacement. So delta V is E, delta x is displacement, and this is the charge. Electric field is 5×10⁴. 5×10⁴. Displacement is 0.1 meter. Charge of alpha. Alpha has 2 protons. Therefore 2 into 1.6 10⁻⁻19. 5 into 2 10. 10 into 0.1 is 1. So we are left with just 1.6 10⁻. With 1.6 there are two options. -19 plus 4 is -15. The energy gained by a particle carrying charge q when it moves in an electric field from one point to another under a potential difference V is. So potential difference is V, charge is q, therefore potential difference times charge is the kinetic energy acquired. So energy is qV into q. In dual nature of matter also, stopping potential is charge times kinetic energy is charge times stopping potential. So product of charge and potential gives energy. So it is this q into V. Kinetic energy of a positively charged particle moving along a uniform electric field, positively along. So this is the uniform electric field. Positive charge experiences force in the direction of the field. This is electric field, this is the force. If there is force, then there is acceleration. If there is acceleration, then velocity increases. If velocity increases, then kinetic energy increases, isn't it? So increases. If the positively charged particle is moving against the electric field, then kinetic energy should decrease. So in this case, it increases. If a particle of mass m and charge q moves from rest in a uniform electric field from a point at a higher potential to a point at a lower potential, the potential difference between the 2 points, then the velocity acquired by the particle is. So this is the electric field. Charge plus q moves from a point at higher potential. So always this point compared to this point is at higher potential and this is at lower potential. And positively charged particle is moved from higher potential region to lower potential region. Naturally, velocity should increase. From rest means initial velocity 0. Here velocity is v. Let this displacement be dx or displacement s, doesn't matter. So E equal to minus dv by dx or magnitude of electric field is plus dv by dx. Then velocity acquired, velocity in terms of displacement. Velocity in terms of displacement means v square equal to u square plus 2a s. Initial velocity is 0. 2. Charge in electric field is q e by m. This is displacement dx. Observe 2 q by m. Electric field is potential difference by displacement. Potential difference is v. Therefore v by displacement dx. This is dx. This dx is this and E is v by dx. So displacement get cancels. Velocity square. So velocity equal to root of 2qv by m. 2qv by m. Students, observe. These are weird equations, isn't it? Totally different equations. Weird in the sense, totally different equations. If you find equations like this in the option, then you can also use dimensional analysis. So q is charge, coulomb, v is joule per coulomb, m is mass. So by simplifying this also, you will get velocity. You can use a dimensional method only when equations are totally different. Okay.